Hello family, friends, faculty, and of course my fellow graduates. My name is Kolmel, and I'm honored to be able to congratulate all of you for the dedication and perseverance that has led you to achieving in what this year has seemed like the impossible. We are finally graduating. It is easy to look back at our last official year as high schoolers and notice all that we've missed out on, especially right now as I virtually speak to all of you. But I do believe this pandemic has created something worth acknowledging that is making us a better and stronger generation because of it. We as individuals all face adversity and hardships that in turn separate us from each other. But this pandemic has been a hardship that we've all collectively faced. No single individual was left unaffected by the flurry of change that was sprung upon us in an already stressful time period. We were forced to navigate through an entire new platform of learning, all the while trying to prepare for the next period of our lives. Our sense of normalcy was stolen from us, instead leaving behind the term unprecedented times. This pandemic has taught us what it feels like to have our tradition and way of life changed. But that's also what we're about to do right now as part of the normal progression of our lives. As we graduate, we are leaving behind the lives we are so accustomed to and taking our first steps into adulthood. Wherever you choose to go after this point, whether you continue your education, enter the workforce, or take a gap year, you will never be back at this point. We will again have to adjust our sense of normalcy, but because of this pandemic, we already know what it feels like. And this time, when you're faced with the copious amounts of change that leaving high school brings, you will be more prepared. Not only because you have already experienced what it's like, but also because you can now choose the change you want to come into your life. As the world slowly opens up, we now more than ever understand how important it is to appreciate what we have. The time, experiences, and for some of us, people we have lost will serve as a reminder for us not to take even the little things for granted, because we know how quickly they can be taken from us. Going out to dinner, shaking hands with a stranger, even sitting in a classroom, are all things we would not have thought twice about. Everything in our lives that was affected by this pandemic has a new value, and as we move forward, it will be easier to recognize and seek out the things that make our lives full. So long as we keep this appreciation, our potential for a happier and more fulfilling future will be that much greater. We are amongst the first generation of graduates in over 100 years that are starting our futures after a pandemic. Graduating high school is a feat in itself, and doing it during such a time of uncertainty and loss truly shows our resilience. We were tested, not just as students, but as young adults. We have succeeded in the most unquestionably difficult times, and looking forward, it is hard to imagine what we can accomplish. I wish you all the best in your future endeavors. I want to say thank you to all the families that have supported us through these times, and of course the teachers and staff that have done so much to make this year possible. Congratulations and good luck, class of 2021.